Hey guys, welcome to a playthrough of Fantasy General. This game was released in 1996 by SSI and is one of the classic war games with a fantasy spin to it as well. I have not played this game before. I've given it a little bit of a go just to figure out the controls and things like that, but it will basically be my first playthrough of this game. I have read the manual, so hopefully I kind of know what I'm doing.
Air was a world graced with joy and a carefree people. Beauty flourished with the bounty of fertile fields and generous skies. In its innocence, though, Air was ill-prepared for the Shadowlord, a cancerous evil who spread his cloak of death over the world and ravaged its beauty with the foulest corruption. Armies commanded by the Shadowlord's baleful creatures swept the continents in a merciless march of death. Few escaped their bloody spears. Fewer still held out any hope for deliverance. And only one dared to challenge the Shadowlord's malevolent reign.
Okay, so we've got 4 different commanders. The first one is Knight Marshal Callus, Lord Marcus, the Archmage, and the Sorceress. The Sorceress can summon beasts. She's a Beastmaster, and she has these beasts as part of her army. I think she might be fairly difficult to use though, so I'm going to try somebody else. I do want someone who has use of magic and some magical units. Somebody like Marshal Callus. I quite like the army layout here with the light cavalry and the cavalry. That would be pretty cool to use, but I do want those magical units, so I'm going to go, I think, with the Archmage Krell. He's a spellcaster. You get 4 different spells, and you can use one of them each turn, and we also get the magical units like the Tree Men and the Unicorns, so that should be pretty fun to play. We've also got a Conjurer here as well, so let's get straight into the campaign.
The time of waiting is over. No longer shall we bend beneath the oppression of the Shadowlord. The Council of Five places all its trust and hope in you to carry forth the rebellion. Our first objective is to recapture one of the 5 continents of air, to create a haven for those who suffer the Shadowlord's cruelty. The continent of Kildonia, devastated by the Shadowlord's wrath, is now little more than a barren wasteland. Yet, it provides the best hope for victory. The Shadowlord's minion, King Draga, does not watch his borders closely, nor does he take any interest in the local populace, save for food and pleasure. King Draga's troops, like their leader, have become lax and scattered across the small continent, concerned only with their own boasting and petty quarrels. A swift march across the continent should enable you to capture King Draga's castle before he has time to marshal his forces. Once that is accomplished, the people of Air should rally to your banner of freedom. But for now, we can provide you with only limited support. The Council of Five relies on you to command those limited forces efficiently.
So we've got 2 places here, 2 options, Fareach Valley and the Scarlet Plain. Before I jump into one of these battles, I'm going to have a look at the army. We can upgrade units and buy units here. There's nothing to upgrade at the moment because we haven't researched anything. You can have a look over here on the left, and you can see that the army layout is quite complicated. There's 10 different classes. There's 3 different kinds of attacks. There's ranged, skirmish, and melee. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later once we get into the battle. But for now, I'm just going to purchase a few more units. I've got space in my army for 4 more units, and I've got 50 gold. Unfortunately, I can't buy the Tree Men because I haven't researched them yet, so that's a special unit for the time being. I can get the Air Warriors. They have 13 million 10 armor. a little bit better than the warbands here. I've already got 2 of them though, and I wouldn't mind just getting a few more cavalry. So maybe some more unicorns. Squires. The unicorns are better than the squires, but they are susceptible to mechs. I don't think I'll be facing mechs anytime soon, I hope. So let's buy one of these, and maybe some light cavalry as well. Skirmish 8 is the light cavalry. I have no magical light cavalry. I may need to research that. I mean, the archers would be good as well. I think I'll start with... the light cavalry, and maybe a sky hunter as well. We've got the Wyverns. They're the mortal unit, melee 7, armor 6, and then we've got the Wing Riders. They're the magic unit, melee 11, so they're stronger. And they've got the same movement, 7 movement, which is pretty cool. But I will purchase those. They're pretty expensive. I've only got 6 gold left. I'm going to hang on to that. Now I do need to give somebody the Wand of Fireballs. I think the Krell starts with the Wand of Fireballs. I think that's the case. So let's give that to the Wing Riders there, just in case I don't want to attack with the Wing Riders. I can cast a Fireball instead. So that seems okay for now. Hopefully it will work okay. I'm gonna... let's have a look at the research. What I'd like to do is just send this down to just everything down to 5%, 4 or 5%. And then just have a look and see what units I really want next. Probably the Tree Men, I would say. So I'm going to put this up to 15%. 15% is the maximum you can have for research. I will be buying some archers, not right now. Maybe light cavalry, elf knights, that would be good. Let's go for the elf knights as well. There's no point splitting it too much because I won't have any money to spend for a start. So yeah, let's do it like that. And I'll head into Fareach Valley. The Council of Five has scryed Fareach Valley, but has found only scattered indications of King Draga's forces, and these appear to be no more than raiding parties. A decisive attack is needed to compel King Draga's forces to retreat from the region. So it sounds like there's not many enemies here, and it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to just place down my troops. Oh, what happened to... Oh no, there we go. You can click this button to see the flying units. There we go. And also you can click this button here to view the strategic map. This map is pretty small. There's just the Standing Stones and the town of Nis. Okay. Now there is a time limit. I think there's 11 turns for this, 10 or 11 turns for this map, which I should be able to do fairly easily. Let's just start moving the heavy cavalry forwards and just see if I can spot anyone. No one yet, so maybe I'll send out the Sky Hunter. Ah, okay, we've got some orcs. I can't reach them at the moment. So I'm just going to move up a little bit slowly. Maybe send the light cav around. Oh, there's some goblins. I was going to send the light cav around to try and take the town, but I have run into some goblins here. The skirmish units, just place them there, and just hold the cavalry back a little bit for now. Now that's really all I can do. I could try and cast a spell. Maybe the fireball on the goblins down here. Aha, that did quite a bit of damage. A fireball is a strength 8 attack. That's all of the units, so let's go to the next turn. They didn't attack at all, which is good. But we do have some more goblins to deal with. Can I take... Is anybody there? It looks like there's no one there. How far can the tree men get? Okay, so I'm going to bring the conjurers up. They do have the death spell. The death wounds spell, which turns wounds into kills. So I'm going to grab my strongest unit here. I'm going to try and cast weakness on the orcs up here. They resisted, but one of them still took a wound. Oh, I could attack with my skirmishers first. And do a little bit of damage, because the skirmish damage happens first. So these guys aren't going to get hit by the orcs. There we go. And they've spotted some more goblins over here. Let's go and grab the tree men and try to move these orcs off of the standing stones. Okay, goblins took a fair amount of damage there. I wonder if I can finish these orcs over here. Yes. Finish off the orcs. Beautiful. Light cavalry. Okay, let's damage the goblins there a little bit. I'm just a little bit worried about the return fire here from these goblins, but I think my cavalry should be okay. Let's send up the heavy cavalry. We've pushed them off the town. Any other units? Okay, let's cast... Oh, the conjurers have had their turn already. Right, let's go and grab this the standing stones here. A band of squires rides up with bright banners, streaming proudly from their lances. They eagerly join your quest for glory. Fantastic. And I think that is the end of my turn for now. Oh, the treeman took a bit of damage there. Okay. Oh, the unicorns are broken, but the goblins have moved off. Let's go and grab the town, finish off the goblins there. These guys are really struggling to take out that the goblin unit. I'm probably most worried about these orcs, though, so let's cast another fireball there. 4 damage. And then cast the death spell on the skirmishers, I guess, and they can try and take out the goblins. 2 goblins. That's okay. Okay, orcs are down. Now I've got the volunteer group. Let's finish off the goblins. Beautiful. And the enemy offers to surrender. So that is the first battle. Fairly simple. Didn't lose any units. I'm going to accept their surrender. Archmage Krell is the victor. Rallying to your banner of freedom, local troops join you in the fight to liberate Caledonia. They contribute 100 gold to the effort. Some is spent on research. So we can go and have a look at the research and see how we're doing. A little bit to the tree man, a little bit to the elf knights. It will take a little while before we get the upgraded units there. So onwards and upwards to the next battle.